Practice report, Bennington. Badgers haven't lost in a couple years. Practice this morning was super spirited, very quick in and out, fast paced, not a lot of spare time, no messing around, and very efficient, I guess would be the term of practice. So let's get to the knowns, the unknowns, and then a couple breakout guys. The knowns, well, defensively, I think Bennington is going to be pretty good. Their linebacker core is really strong. Kyler Lortzen, just a junior, led the team with 103 tackles last year, had 14 tackles for loss. He made a couple of just tremendous plays in the team portion of practice today. He's back. Should have another huge year for them. Lane Bover is a junior. He had 71 tackles last year. He's back. Ben Gilliland is a senior. He had 65 tackles last year and 8 tackles for loss. He's back. A couple other guys at that linebacker position, Evan Utek and Ethan Rupp, are guys to kind of keep an eye on and watch out for. But that linebacker core is really, really good. Frankly, the whole defense up the middle is pretty good, especially in the back end, which we'll get to in a little bit. Another known offensive line, there's 2.5 or 3 maybe starters back from last year. Jacob Schrader is a returning starting center. He's just a junior. James Miller is going to play tackle. Luke Parkinson is a guard. Charlie Swoboda is a sophomore guard. And Gage Gasso is another senior across that front line. I really like Schrader this morning, kind of coaching up his teammates on what to do and making the correct calls and whatnot. So liked him. The other known is Quentin Archer, or the running back position, I guess. Nick Colvert graduated. He was amazing last year. He had 1,751 yards and 22 touchdowns. But Quentin Archer and Jackson Dumont are 2 seniors that I think can really fill that void, and I really like them. I think that they're poised for a pretty big season. Unknowns. Well, Trey Bird's gone finally. Bird graduated from quarterback at Bennington. Trey had 2,409 passing yards last year and 33 touchdowns. But Peyton Sandman, he only has 11 career passing attempts. He slings it. He really does sling the ball. Again, fast-paced kind of offense for them. He's going to be the starter and replacing Bird. It's just a matter of, hey, 2,409 yards and 33 touchdowns and an all-state basically career for Trey Bird is really hard to replace. But Sandman is going to be that guy, and that's why it's an unknown, just replacing Trey Bird, no other reason. Receiver, well, you're replacing Isaac Connor, who had over 1,100 yards and 15 touchdowns, and Jonathan Williams, who had 588 yards and 9 touchdowns receiving last year. Their top 2 receivers graduated, but KJ Taffa's back. Really kind of showed some flashes last year, had a total of 242 yards and 2 touchdowns, but made a couple of really nice catches against, again, a nice defense for Bennington. Ben Jorgensen's a name to watch. Elliot Anderson's another name. Jace Fitzgerald. Hudson Newverth is kind of a displaced tight end. Man, he's big. He looks like $1 million. He's a big kid. So a few more names, I guess, at wide receiver will probably emerge for them, but you're just replacing a lot of productivity. Cornerback, the 2 starters are gone, so that makes it an unknown. A couple of guys in that rotation are Nick Deo, Caden Anderson, Gavin Olson. You could put Lordson out there. Gunnar Lim is another guy that you could put out there, and he took a couple reps at corner too, but I think they like him at safety. And speaking of that, defensive backfield, Gunnar Lim is a North Dakota commit. He had 92 tackles last year, second on the team. Really nice, really good athlete. Really kind of controls the back end of that defense, makes some plays, and should have another really big year for them. As far as breakout guys go, well, offensively, I think it's going to probably be Archer. He was just behind Colvert, who was a really good running back, and I think Archer has a chance to be that. But The guy that I was the most impressed with at practice today, and I frankly thought he probably couldn't be stopped, was Jake Jansen, a defensive end. He's a junior, and he was almost unblockable at times. Effort was amazing. Again, Jack Jansen, will be a very much so a breakout player in Class B this year. Another guy is Morgan Schumann. I guess he's a junior. They use him kind of a lot. He's almost a Swiss Army knife, if you will, for them. But yeah, Jack Jansen. Keep that name in the back of your mind if you're Class B folks. So that'll do it from Bennington. Another again, great morning. Nice, crisp, cool kind of morning, and yeah, really good Badger team again returns once again, and clearly I think the program is not going anywhere anytime soon in Class B.